Two will be the Warriors' 24th NBA Finals game under Steve Kerr, but just the second time they enter a Finals game trailing in the series, and the last time it happened was 4 years ago. They need to stop the Raptors' defense to force Golden State to take tough shots. The Warriors only made 10 of 44 contested shots, their worst percentage in a playoff under Kerr. But Steph Curry has been on target and enters Game 2 looking for a 7th straight playoff game with 30 or more points, which would tie a franchise record set by Will Chamberlain and Rick Barry. New on SportsCenter at this hour, here's head coach Steve Kerr.
These guys have seen it all. They're a championship team. The championship teams generally bounce back well in times of adversity, and so our team has always responded well after a loss, and that's the plan tonight. Our defense in general is where we need to improve. We gave up 118 points. This is the finals, and you can talk about our shooting percentage or what they did to slow down our offense. But we scored 109 points. It's enough to win the game. But we gave up 50% shooting. We gave up 118 points, 24 fast break points. So it's all about the defense tonight, and we've got to make big improvements.
This is the 5th time the Warriors have trailed with the series under Steve Kerr. In each of the previous 4 instances, they came back to win the series, including the 2015 NBA Finals when they trailed Cleveland 2-1 before coming back to win the next 3 games.
It's 1st to 4, not 1st to 1, so still a lot of basketball to be played.
One game doesn't define a series. It's an opportunity for us tomorrow to come out and get one, be 1-1 going back home, which any road team would love that opportunity.
We've been through it all at this point, so we know what we're capable of, and we're confident that we're going to go out and do the things necessary that it takes to get this series going in our favor.
You can't go out there and doubt yourself, especially on this stage, especially when you have a proven track record of winning and great team chemistry and all that. So we're never going to doubt ourselves, no matter what position we're in.
All righty, from where we welcome in our 3-time NBA champion, Bruce Bowen. Bruce, we just heard the Warriors are pretty confident in themselves. What is your level of confidence for them heading into Game 2?
My level of confidence is just as confident as they are. They are reigning champions, and that's the thing you have to fall back upon at this particular moment, is that you've been here before. You understand what it takes to go out on the road and get a victory. All they need is one victory on the road, and then good things can happen. But it's going to have to start in transition and guys communicating. Golden State Warriors did not communicate as we've seen them in the past. Transition defense was just horrible. And they will have film sessions to go over these things. And this play right here was indicative of their night. Everyone just kind of trotting back to certain spots, no sense of urgency. But when you see that film session and coaches call you out, now you have an opportunity to respond the right way.
Yeah, simple effort, the key for tonight for them in a big way. And also they're going to have to tidy up those errors because the Warriors shot 23% uncontested shots in Game 1. They're worse in a playoff game under Steve Kerr. What's the key to getting those open looks tonight?
Well, it's about ball movement for Golden State and not necessarily settling early in the shot clock for shots that you would normally take. Again, that's a contested shot early in the shot clock. When you get wide open shots, that's one thing. But we understand that in this moment, because of the rust, they were trying to do things as far as hitting a home run shot. Let's get this three-point shot right now to get us back in the game. Just continue to work it, work it, work it. Take the easy spots, what's available, and good things will happen.
Work it, work it, work it.
Work it, work it, work it.
All right, so Dub's looking for a split in Toronto. Bruce is coming back soon to talk about how the Raptors can win their 6th straight playoff game. Thank you.
Yep.
Guys, back on March 21st, heavyweight champ Anthony Joshua thought he'd be the one to break the dreaded Drake curse. If Drake roots for you and your team, your team are going to lose, as evidenced by this Instagram post referring to his June 1st fight against Anthony Ruiz Jr., which happened last night. Now,
Feel like
Whatever it takes to win.
And we're down to the last 2 for the NBA title. Siakam has done it all tonight for Toronto.
What a night for this young man.
Pascal Siakam with a 32-point game in his first appearance in the NBA Finals.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. Tony Collins, Jay Harris, and we're looking ahead to Game 2, Warriors and the Raptors. Tonight on ABC, Pascal Siakam, the surprising star of Game 1 with a playoff career-high 32 points, 14-17 from the field, including 11 straight makes at one point. The Raptors have been tough to beat at home in the playoffs, going 9-2. Toronto's won its last 6 home playoff games by an average of nearly 13 points per contest, and a win tonight could be a very big deal for the Raptors. Teams that go up 2-0 in the NBA Finals have gone on to win the title 88% of the time. Last team to lose, 2016 Warriors.
We can't really necessarily worry about them. We have to continue to worry about us. They got rings. They got rings and they can be confident. But for us, we can't worry about this, that. You know, we go out there and we do our game plan and we focus on what we can control, and that's what we've done all year.
All I could do is keep making the right play, and when I do get a free look, make my shots. It's not about me scoring or try to get my offense off. It's a whole collective group out there. Until we win the game or it's all done, then I'll show some emotion, but I want to stay even killed while I'm going through it.
He's very focused on his mission, and it doesn't get too excited about things or hype himself up. And he's not going to lay his hair down until the work or the job is done.
For more, we welcome back our 3-time champ NBA analyst Bruce Bowen. All right, you know Kawhi from San Antonio. What's your take on his emotions? Never too high, never too low, always even.
I think with champions, Jay, you have to take that into account as far as when you're leading others who have maybe not been in that position before. So when you talk about Kawhi Leonard and what he's able to bring to the table, it's all the experience of being a champion. It's all the things that he learned when his time was in San Antonio. In this game here, 2014, this is where it really began for him. And we talk about his calm. What it is more about is understanding the moment, and you can't get away from that time, because when you start to skip steps, he went through something tremendous the season before losing a game in Miami. So now you talk about what he's gone through. We learn from our failures in basketball, in life. So for Kawhi Leonard to lead this group now, it's only something that goes to show his work ethic and his desire to continue to be the best he can be on the floor.
All right, let's go to Pascal Siakam. Team high 32 points in Game 1, 14 of 17 from the field. What adjustment do you expect from the Warriors defense tonight on him?
Well, I expect Draymond Green to now take him more serious, pay more respect to him, because in this game, you saw Draymond Green close out short a few times. You close out short to certain players who can't shoot or necessarily are unwilling to shoot. But what Pascal was able to do in these moments was take advantage of that, and Draymond understanding that, okay, I'm a defensive player of the year, I can get into his head early and often, but he wasn't able to do that because he started out giving him so much space. In these games, you cannot give a player like Pascal Siakam that kind of space. I think he's arguably the most improved player in the NBA this season, so I look for Draymond to do a better job of contesting shots and getting a little bit more physical with him.
Who do you like tonight?
I like Golden State because of the championship pedigree that they display. This is a team that's led by Steve Kerr, a guy who has championship rings in San Antonio as well as Chicago, and he understands these types of moments. He's learned from Greg Popovich as well as the big rooster in L.A. as far as Phil Jackson is concerned, even though he's not a cockle-doodle-doo.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Bruce Bowen, thank you. Winner of Game 1 of the NBA Finals, by the way, has gone on to win that series 71% of the time, so we'll see what happens. Took Game 1 from the Warriors, and with all the uncertainty about the health and availability of Kevin Durant in the series, you could argue that there might be reason to panic. But as Mark Schwartz reports, the 2-time defending champion Golden State Warriors don't even know the meaning of the word panic.
No matter how big the deficit.
Golden State down 17 here in the second half.
No matter how much time is left.
We know we can cover 17 points in a matter of 3-4 minutes.
And no matter where a series stands.
3 games to 2 lead for Houston on the Golden State Warriors.
The Warriors always expect to win.
I mean, they got rings. They got rings and they can be confident.
And it starts with our leader in Steph Curry, who's probably, you just see it in his game, his ability to pull up from 35 feet anywhere on the floor. Draymond as well, who plays with great passion and confidence.
I can look to my right and my left and see those two guys, they believe we can win whatever game, that we're going to have that edge. And if I throw him the ball and he's going to shoot it, I know he believes it's going in. That confidence is contagious.
If these guys were having a confidence contest, it would probably go triple overtime.
If you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already. And that's been my mindset since I can remember. That will be my mindset as long as I can remember anything, that I am the best ever at what I do.
When the best guys on your team do that, it trickles down, and you need that.
Confidence is as lethal a weapon for this group as its unparalleled brilliance from way beyond the arc. You could see it on full display after losing Game 1, something these Warriors had never done in the finals. Yet, there was not even a shadow of doubt in the Golden State locker room.
You can't go out there and doubt yourself, especially on this stage, especially when you have a proven track record of winning and great team chemistry and all that. So we're never going to doubt ourselves.
The real confidence is when you've been through everything, you've seen everything, you've won, you've lost, you've experienced every high, every low. Then you know what this is about.
We've been through it all at this point, so we know what we're capable of, and we're confident that we're going to go out and do the things necessary that it takes to get this series going in our favor.
Thank you, Mark. Just a reminder, we're going to have Game 2 of the NBA Finals tonight on ABC and the ESPN app, with the Raptors up 1-0. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Tony?
Back to the NBA ahead of Game 2 of the Finals tonight between the Raptors and Warriors. Five-time NBA champ Kobe Bryant continues to break down the X's and O's for us. In this new episode exclusively on ESPN+, Kobe details Steph Curry's performance in Game 1 of the Finals against Toronto. Here's an excerpt.
On this episode of Detail, we'll take a look at Steph Curry. I wouldn't be surprised if this corner series brings it out. You see where Siakam is, see where Kawhi is, see where Lowry is. If Draymond just step up and set a flare pick there for Klay. And now Klay can slide over here into this area. Steph can hit the flare. And now you got your shot. You got to do something a little more creative. Toronto's really, really long. So Siakam has the ability to close penetration and close out the Klay. But a back pick here would make things pretty difficult. But defensively, this is the thing. You can't relax against Steph here. Steph just continues to move, right? He gives the ball up and he realizes, okay, I'm more dangerous when I don't have the ball, especially with all this attention here on me. I give it up, keep moving, find open space. That's what I need. I didn't fall. That's a good look for him. For more analysis, go to Detail on ESPN+.
All right, we can get more right now as we welcome in our Warriors reporter, Nick Friedel from Toronto. Nick, you have been around this Warriors team all season. With 2 days off between Game 1 loss and tonight's Game 2, what sense are you getting about their confidence level?
Jay, it's extremely high. The guys are making their way in as we speak, actually, right now for shoot-around. And there's a calmness around the group because they really believe that their experience in the last few years, winning titles, losing that series to Cleveland, it's prepared them for this moment. In the Warriors' mind, it's more about what they need to do tonight rather than what the Raptors did to them. The Warriors feel like they can cut down on their turnovers. They had 16 in Game 1. They feel like they can play better transition defense. They struggled to keep Siakam in check as he was getting up and down the floor and gaining confidence. They feel like they can control what they need, get Steph and Klay going early. They're going to be in great shape as Game 2 unfolds.
Andre Iguodala says he will play tonight after injuring his left calf in the fourth quarter of Game 1. What are you hearing about exactly how healthy Iggy is?
It's bothering him, Jay. We watched him limp around at the end of Game 1. He's been getting treatment the last couple days. He is the guy to watch for early because not only do they rely on him so much defensively, and they have for a long time here, but offensively, they need him to start making more shots from the outside to free up everybody else, especially with KD out. With Iguodala, he had 5 threes in that closeout game in Game 6 in Houston. He hasn't made one since. He's 0 for 11. So they need him on both ends. If he can't move around well, they are in really deep trouble.
Game 2 tonight on ABC. Nick Friedel live in Toronto. Thank you, Nick.
Sports Center on the Road is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.